First video. Let's do this.
My coming out story.
Okay, so a lot of you are probably here either through my Tumblr or through watching Mark's videos or something, but I've decided that it was finally time for me to actually make my coming out video like I've said that I've been going to. So I'm here to tell the story of my coming out process and everything. I don't know why it's taken me so long to make this. I would say I'm busy, but it's like 25% me being busy and 75% me just being lazy. So I'm gonna use the busy excuse and it's gonna be all okay. I guess I'll start with when I actually knew that I was gay, because it's a popular question on my Tumblr. A lot of people ask, how do you know? And so, for me, the first time any of this ever entered my head, I was in 6th grade, and I remember it was after a cross-country race or something, and we were in the back of the bus, and I was talking to this kid, and he was just going on and on about all of these sexual adventures and everything that he had, and little 6th grade Ethan was sitting there what? Yeah, I'm supposed to be am I supposed to be on that level? Because am I supposed to have that kind of experience? Because I've never even kissed anybody, and I was just mind blown. And so then I remember that day, he told me a bunch of stuff, and I was just oh man. So that day I went home and I just began to think about stuff that I'd never even thought about before. And along the it started developing, because I mean he was talking about doing things with girls, but then it just didn't feel right thinking about stuff like that. And so then I just began to think what made me feel different, and then just boys made me feel different. And so I think that's when I just finally knew for a fact that I was gay. But I was in middle school. So I just was terrified. So I just did not so I did the opposite. I told myself, nope, you're straight. You're not. Nope. I was nope, I'm not gay, blah, blah, blah. And so I went through all middle school denying hard. And I think also why I denied is because during middle school is when people were the meanest. And because I only had friends that were girls, and so people would make jokes or whatever all the time. And so I don't know, I think I just wanted to prove them wrong so badly, because that was embarrassing, and I hated feeling like that. So if you're gonna make me feel that way because I'm gay, then I don't want to be that. And so that's why I hid myself deeper under the clothes in my closet. But then came freshman year, and freshman year I was introduced to the first openly gay person that I had even heard of. And he was cute, and we talked, and so I finally kind of admitted to myself that yeah, maybe I am. And so we talked, we got in a relationship, but it was secret from everybody else. I didn't put his name as his name in his phone. I put it as a girly kind of name that could be still. That was and then I finally it just got too much to hide and everything, that I just finally broke it off. I couldn't do it. I'm not gay. Then I just I felt terrible. I felt so unhappy because I was hiding who I truly was, and I just felt like shit. I just felt terrible. And so I talked to my friends, one friend, and I just got more comfortable with it, and I was just you know what? It's just time. I need to just come out with it. And so I went to my sister. My sister Ashton is my favorite person in the world. She's my best friend. And I knew that I would receive nothing but love from her, so I felt like I had a little cushion. So I went up to her, and we were walking outside to our barn to take care of our cows. Hey Ashton, can I talk to you? Yeah, sure. I'm gay. I just spit it out super quick, and I was like, I'm gay. And she was just and she just instantly hugged me, and it was all fine. I received nothing but love, like I said. And so that was just the first time I'd ever told another person. It just felt like such a huge release. And so I was just okay, people still love me. my loved ones still love me. My family still, well, my sister still accepts me, so I have a person in my corner at least. And so then that got the ball rolling, and then I went the same. I got in from the barn. I cleaned up and everything, and then I went to my mom. The same thing. I said, "Hey, Mom, I need to talk to you." She was just like, "About what?" I've never have like serious talks with my mom. I went up to her and I said, "Hey, can I talk to you?" And she said, "Yeah, about what?" And I said, "Mom, I'm gay." And she just kind of looked at me and was just like, I read off of her face like, "And what about it?" And she just was like, "I still love you. I will always still love you no matter what. It's fine. Like, you should not, why is it even a big deal?" And that kind of response was so amazing to receive. I just knew that my family still loved me, my mom, my sister, it was all great. So then came my dad. My dad, I knew he'd be the hardest because my dad, born and raised on a farm in the country, just like an old soul, a great man, but just a more conservative old soul. And so I didn't know how he would take it. And so that next week I went on vacation with my cousin, and my sister and my mom stayed home, and so my sister kind of took it upon herself to tell my dad. Well, I get back from vacation and I get called to talk to my dad. He's like, "Hey son, I need to talk to you." So he's like, "Hey son, I need to talk to you." I'm like, "Cool, be right out, Dad." And so I went outside, we sat down, and he was like, "So my sister tells me you're gay." And I was just like, yeah. And he was just like, he just kind of said that he thinks it's just a phase. He was like, I've seen so many women in my life that have never made me feel anything. And he's like, maybe you just haven't seen your woman yet. And I was like, "No, Dad, I don't think I have a woman to see." And he just didn't want to believe it because he had just known, he grew up in a time where being gay was just such a terrible struggle. You were bullied, you were killed. Just didn't want his son to deal with that kind of ostracization, ridicule, whatever. And so I can't blame him for that. And he's come around. He accepts it. Mark comes over, we drink beers together, we talk. He is so great, and I've seen him go from gay to like, my son's gay. He's gay. That's it. And so I love my dad for that. He's given such a great effort, and he's come so far, and it's just amazing to see that, like, he loves me so much that he'll take me whatever form I am or whatever. And it's so, yeah, I didn't have a perfect coming out experience because at first I didn't feel accepted by my dad. But people can change. People can come around. If they see that you can still live, you're a strong person, you are just, but that's just who you are. There's no changing it. I mean, yeah, people might not accept it at first, but you just have to try. You just have to try and show them that this is who I am. I cannot change it. It's not a choice that I'm making. It's my human nature. It's just, I like boys, not girls. Or if you're a girl, I like girls, not boys. Or if you like both, or whatever it is, it's who you are, you cannot change it, and people will realize that. And so that's how I came out to my family. And those were really the only people that I cared to tell personally, because I felt that they deserved it. I didn't really have anybody else in my life that needed me to come up to them and just tell them. I didn't really have a lot of like close friends, I guess. It spreads like gossip. Like once it gets out, then like finally people would come up to me and ask me. They'd be like, "Hey Ethan, I had heard you were gay." I just got to the point where I would just be like, "Yeah, I am." Instead of being like, "No, what? Me gay, what?" And then you tell one person that, it's high school, boom, 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 everybody knows. And so that was my process. Yeah, I lost some friends, but I did also gain some friends that would just come up to me and say, "Hey, I think it's awesome that you're just being open about it," because no one really in my high school, I don't know if anybody if I knew of anybody open before me. And so I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to pretend to be someone else. I'm going to be myself. And it sucked. I lost some friends, but I found out who my true friends were. And that's something that I thought was awesome. I found out who really loved me and who would really stick by me. I've made some of the best friends that I've ever had in my life. And I'm still friends with those people today because of the support and the love that I felt when I had no one. And so that's a truly awesome thing. And I just don't understand why it's a big deal. I never will. My thing that I use with people that just don't get it, I heard it from a great friend who I worked with. And she was using it with her mom because her brother is gay, and she was talking to her mom about it, and her mom just didn't accept it. So she goes, Mom, do you like vanilla ice cream or do you like chocolate ice cream better? And her mom goes, well, I prefer vanilla ice cream. And she says, well, exactly, that's how it is. Some people just prefer the other one. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just how you are. And she goes, but I could eat chocolate ice cream, but you'd be thinking about vanilla. Point in case. You could hide yourself, but you're not getting what you truly, or who you truly are, what you truly like. It's how we are. It's just how we are. Another thing that I think is important to touch on, it's how we are. It's not who we are. Just because I'm gay doesn't define me, which that is one of my biggest pet peeves, is when, like, in high school I was kind of like fell into that gay kid because I was pretty much the first one. And so people don't get it. People don't get that it can just be another attribute. Whether you're tall, short, straight, gay, it should all be the same. It's just who you are. It's just a part of your chemical makeup. It's not, it's just a part of you. It's not defining me. I'm not gay. I'm not just a gay person. I'm a person that happens to be gay. And I think that is what the main thing that people just need to understand. It's just the same. The same. We just like different things. Just like you like chocolate ice cream, vanilla ice cream, some people like the opposite. Some people like fucking Rocky Road. Okay? Chocolate mint. Get crazy with it. Like whatever you want. Be yourself. Treat yourself. Well, thank you for watching. I hope that this has answered some questions about people that have wanted to know my coming out story or just another coming out story. If you have questions, you can ask my Tumblr or you can comment, like, subscribe here. And that's all I have to say about that.